Welcome back to the Mechanical Room. We haven't done this in a little while, but it's time to bring it back. We're meeting the team, and today we're meeting Melanie, who is our fairly new sales operations manager. Welcome to the Mechanical Room. Welcome to the Meet the Team segment. How are you doing today, Melanie?
Very good, thank you. It's good to be here.
Are you excited to do your first stint in the Blue Room here?
I am, very much so. I hope I'm not blending in too much.
So anyways, welcome. So what does a sales operation manager even do?
A lot of things.
You got that
and
right?
I'm noticing here a lot of things. No, it's more or less process oriented. So understanding how things should be done, fixing anything, any inconsistencies, inefficiencies, and making sure processes flow smoothly.
Okay, so really it is a nice liaison between sales and operations to make everything run smoothly, as you say.
Absolutely.
So what's, what are you working on like today, for example, in terms of processes? Give us like, some sort of examples of what that actually means.
One example, so our program letters, signing on a new customer, we have a checklist now. We're using a tool, we have 13 steps, checking everything off, and making sure that everybody needs to know what they need to know. So a W-9 that comes in, how's that being processed? So we have finance that is doing their aspect of things, and then once everything's complete, we're sending an email off to the sales executive, well, RSM, and
Regional sales manager.
Regional sales manager. I'm still getting used to that, term.
Is that not a term that was used?
I'm used to sales reps or
sales reps,
executive
okay.
or account executive.
Okay.
So we would send an email to them and say, hey, everything's done. So smooth process.
Excellent. Well, we have worked together a little bit here, so I'm sort of playing dumb on what it is that you do for the audience. I guess an interesting question would be, what have you noticed here at Centrotherm that needed maybe the most work?
Probably customer service.
Okay. And what about it exactly?
Just the number of cases that came through and trying to close the loop. When a customer complains about something, anything, we want to make sure that we, one, follow up immediately, and then two, follow up internally to see what the process, if we need to change something around, and then following up with the customer, hey, Mr. Customer, this has been done, taken care of.
No, that's fantastic. I think it's already, some of your, what you've been doing has already made a nice impact. So thank you for that. And I think our customers are probably very, very grateful as well. So as I mentioned, you're fairly new, not you still have the new employee smell, but not
thanks.
you're not super fresh. So you've been here for a little while. But this is a role that we did not have. So it was a sort of a created role to fill a void that we really had, because we did have a little bit of a sort of a division between departments and whatnot. So you're filling that. Obviously, it was an interesting hiring process and whatnot. Where do you come from before you sold vent pipe, and sort of what qualifies you to do this stuff? Like, what's your education? What's your resume look like that makes you now uniquely qualified to help us vent safely across North America?
There's a lot of questions there. So
Sure.
I can start off with my education.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with anything I'm doing now.
Okay.
Well, I guess a little bit. So I have a bachelor's degree in hospitality management.
Okay.
From Niagara University.
That's where you met your husband, right? Or out in Buffalo? No.
No.
All right.
No.
Oh no, that was okay. That's right. I know he's from Buffalo as well,
Yes,
though.
he is.
So
He is
we'll
from
get to the
Buffalo.
personal life stuff afterwards.
No, so I got my degree there and worked in the industry for a little bit, but decided that just working
And doing what?
110 hours a week and
So in the
not
hospitality industry, doing
hotel management.
hotel management. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I started off there, and then I was always in the sales industry, just different types of industries. I started off in the printing industry. I worked for the world's largest printing company.
And that is?
It was World Color.
Okay.
Things have changed over the years, so printing industry.
They've been usurped.
Yes. So, and after that, I actually went to work for a school bus company. Started off in sales support there.
What are you selling? Actual buses to like school districts?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
interesting, right?
I suppose it has to happen, but
Yeah.
one doesn't really think about that.
No, exactly. You're, voting for that school bus, and if it gets approved, then they have to figure out which kind of school bus.
Who decided that they would be yellow?
Great question. I don't know. Don't have that information. Don't know. So after that, I went to work for another local company here and doing sales operations there. And next company, sales operations, was in the semiconductor industry, and then Amazon Web Services. And now I'm here.
Yeah, so that is a pretty rich work history that kind of runs the gamut of a lot of things. And I know for sure that your experience is helpful here, because it is, like I said, a role that didn't exist before, which, hopefully I assume you're drawing on your experiences across these things with the various departments you've worked with to, smooth out some of these issues between departments and help everything run smoothly. So that's interesting. I mean, of your work history, what kind of parallels this mostly or at all, or is it nothing?
I would say working for, I don't want to mention company names, but the semiconductor company that I was working for, they were also a manufacturing ISO certified company. So grabbing that information and industry knowledge definitely transfers very well over here. All
right. So that's the work stuff. It's kind of, it is what it is. We're all here to do a job and whatnot. As I say sometimes, flue gas venting is not necessarily my passion, as I assume it is not yours either. So Melanie, the person, tell us a little bit about like what you like to do in your spare time. I know you're a mom. I know you're a traveler. When you go home, who are you?
So I do love to travel, and I do love to cook, and I love wine. So love to go to wineries. Love to go to Sonoma Valley, Napa Valley, anywhere where there's a winery. New York State wines are a little bit iffy. They're a little bit too sweet for my liking.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a 20-year-old son who's off to SUNY Binghamton, doing very well there. Very good school. Married for 5 years this year. That's why I didn't meet my husband.
That's right. But he's in my head, I have him as a Bills fan. So like
Niagara.
So he's from out that way as well. So where did you meet him?
So met him at Starbucks, actually.
Starbucks. Oh, he picked you up at the coffee shop.
Yeah, the coffee shop. And it's funny because he lived in the same development as me.
Okay.
And I didn't even know it. So
convenient
fate.
then. Yeah, indeed. So I don't know anything about wine. I was just in Italy for a little while, and I had a few things.
Drank some wine.
Well, I did, but it was all ordered, for me by much more classy and world-traveled human beings than myself. Do you have a favorite? Like, what type of wine, or is it more of a pairing situation?
Yes, but also like it's a seasonal thing for me too.
Okay.
Like during the fall, winter months, I kind of go towards reds, and I like some Pinot Noirs. Come spring, summertime, I'm more of a white Chardonnay, very oaky type of wines.
Does that mirror the growing season, or is that just personal preference, stuff like that? I mean, in my head, I'm thinking like summer. It's a weather-related sort of.
So.
Really, so reds are heavier. They're better in the colder temperatures, if you will.
I think so, and then the whites are just they're lighter.
Is that a person? Is that? Are there other people who sort of mirror that?
They might.
They might. Okay, fair enough. Because I don't know anything about
That's
it, right?
me.
Like I said, when the wine was ordered for me, it was like, okay, we're drinking this one. It looks red tonight, so okay, thanks, Dan, for picking this one out. It tastes good, and that was the extent of my knowledge. Have you ever taken any classes, or is it really just you're a fan?
I did a long time ago.
Okay.
So I studied abroad in Switzerland.
Oh,
yes.
You have to bleep that out.
Yep, so studied abroad in Switzerland, and we went to some wineries over there, but I also took a wine class there, and I took a wine class at my community college too, so. But if you're gonna ask like details, don't ask, because I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Meet the Team segment with Bill Summers, who is.
I did talk to him a little bit about wine.
That man is a real wine guy. I mean, I asked him a question one time, and then he signed me up for all these newsletters and stuff. And I mean, he was like, this is the best one. This is whenever when we're at dinner and he selects the wine, I must say it's been like exquisite every time. And I'm not really a wine drinker, so I mean, I will take whatever is sort of served to me and not really make any comments about it, but it's always been very, very good. So I look forward to being at a dinner where you select the wine.
Absolutely.
Then, you got big shoes to fill with Bill. So
I can do it.
So traveling in Switzerland, that was during the time at Niagara then.
Yeah.
I mean, how was that? That sounds.
It was the best time of my life.
Really?
It really was. We backpacked all over, slept on streets, slept in train stations. It was great.
So that's junior year of college, let's say, sophomore year?
pretty much junior, senior year.
And you got like around Europe the whole 2 semesters, a semester?
It was just a semester. It was a shortened semester. I think
Okay.
we were there 2 months or so.
But I see on your phone that your background is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I know you've been to Italy and other places around. Like, what's on tap, or what's the best or most favorite place besides your romping around in college days in Switzerland, what have you? What's the top place that you've been that you can't wait to get back to, and maybe what's on the schedule for the next place you're going?
So, best place traveled recently is Iceland.
Okay.
Just beautiful things you will never ever
Did you go during
see.
the winter time?
No, we went, it was October.
Okay. So it's cold still.
It really wasn't bad.
Okay.
Like you could wear a winter coat, but you'd have
Did you
to
do
take it off.
glacier walks and things like that?
We did everything.
You did everything.
Everything. We didn't do a tour guide or anything like that. When we go somewhere, we just do our own thing.
Excellent.
So rented a car, drove around, walked behind a waterfall, which was amazing. Saw the black sand beaches, glaciers. It was just beautiful.
So how do you do that without a tour guide? I mean, you just
Research.
look at a map. Okay, so you're
I do a ton of research.
Okay.
And then, it doesn't have to be planned out every single second, but
Understood.
just have an idea and make sure that we see everything we want to see.
Gotcha. So that sounds pretty amazing. I don't know that I have the guts to maybe just venture out onto the glacier myself. So
It's just amazing.
that sounds fantastic. All right, so what's next?
Southern France.
Southern France.
French Riviera.
Oh, that's right. Was it your anniversary?
No,
No.
we can't say what it is, but
Oh, that's right. That's right. I recall now. Okay, we'll leave that unspoken.
going there, we're going to fly into Nice, and then we're going to drive to Monte Carlo and Saint-Tropez and Antibes.
You say you're researching, and what's like the stuff to do there? What do you do in these
Still
places?
researching it.
You're still researching
Yeah,
it. So that is the fall, or
The fall time, yeah.
The fall time.
It's more the glitz and the glamour type of trip, but
meaning what?
just seeing, fancy cars and
Okay.
the casinos and
All right.
all the beautiful yachts that they have there. I love fish markets, so I'm looking forward to that.
What's your game at the casino?
Blackjack.
Blackjack?
I don't know. I'm not a huge gambler. It's just kind of.
But you played a few hands.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you ever won big?
Not big, couple $100.
Oh, all right. Well, then you have a nice night at the casino afterwards, whatnot, and get the top shelf liquor
Yeah,
after
right.
that. Buy the fancy bottle of wine, whatnot. Excellent. All right, so let's dovetail it and send you back to going to operating the sales organization with what are some of the upcoming projects and goals that you've got, and like what's on tap here to bind together these teams and keep us running like a well-oiled machine or a highly functional, efficient extrusion device.
Yeah, so one of the projects I'll be working on is CRM and really trying to understand what people know and what they
So
don't
what's
know.
what's a CRM?
So customer relationship management tool, so it's Dynamics 365.
That's
is what
that's
we
the
have.
brand. So what is it? What exactly does? I mean, just kind of give an overview. I'm not sure everybody would know what a CRM is
It's
or
where,
does.
like customer database.
Perfect.
Everything that you need to know about your customers should be in that database. And we store our cases there as well, so we can track that. We also are tracking our leads coming in, going forward, so that's another initiative. So there's quite a few things that we'll be working on.
Yep, and we need that help. CRM has been a bit of a grizzly bear for us, and it's hard to get our arms around that.
Yeah, and I think most organizations have that problem. So
well, I appreciate you taking that approach there, because it has been we've struggled. So and we really do need someone sort of to captain that ship. And it sounds like you're taking the reins. I'm using a lot of metaphors here.
I am. I'm taking the reins.
Excellent. Well, we need that. And obviously having a functional and effective CRM really is great in every facet of running a business. I mean, that benefits our reps, it benefits our customers, it benefits us internally, it benefits our case process and our returns. Everything becomes more honed and whatnot. So please excel at that project.
Right. We just got to get the understanding of what we need to see, and then we'll move forward.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us here.
Thanks for having me.
And we will we'll share this with the world and introduce you to our wide base of safe venting enthusiasts.
Great. Thank you.